You didn't.
I had some questions asked that were on the agenda, so
let's get after. All right, ready to go. Perfect. Welcome everybody this evening, everybody that's in person and online. I now declare the meeting open at 5 o'clock. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we live, work and play. We pay our respects to Darkinjung country and elders past and present. We recognise the continued connection to these lands and waterways and extend this acknowledgement to the homelands and stories of those who also call this place home. We recognise our future leaders and the shared responsibility to care for and protect our place and people. Just a quick reminder to all councillors and anybody else present that this meeting is being live streamed. Your image and what you say may be broadcast live to the public, so please be mindful of your actions and your comments. You should avoid making statements that might defame or offend, and note that a recording of this meeting will be retained online in Council's archives. Please turn off your mobile phones or switch them to silent, and filming and photography are not permitted. We have a written apology from the Mayor, and we also have a few requests to attend online. Councillor Daniels is one of our voting members and is unable to attend in person for personal reasons. We also have Councillor Walsh and councillors online as observers. Just a quick procedural motion to approve these members.
Madam Chair, Councillor Neil, since she's away, wouldn't have been an apology from it.
She didn't provide one.
Okay.
Do you have a mover?
Question, Chair. Are we still under the code of meeting practice that requires people, voting members, to attend in person?
In terms of which code of meeting practice we're under right now?
I don't think it's been rescinded, has it? So right. It's under that code of meeting practice. Yeah.
I might just jump in, but I did get a week or so ago a bit of a briefing in relation to my understanding is it would go back to the August. Yeah.
But it requires a rescission motion.
So.
Okay. Well, regardless, this is do you have a motion?
Yep. Second.
Councillor Wright, seconded by Councillor Eaton. All those in favour? Councillor Smith?
No, I'll abstain.
Right, okay. Councillor Daniels, Councillor Eaton, Councillor Wright, Councillor Stanton, and against is Councillor Smith. If anybody has...
I was going to say, should we also note where it says 1.4 is spelled wrong in point 1, also point 1's twice, and the personal reason, my understanding is that Councillor Daniels is unwell. Should that be noted? Just in case we are on the old.
For illness, we can record personal reasons under the project.
That's just what it is. Personal reasons, so they record this. We can fix the numbering though.
Yeah,
that's no problem. Yeah, that's all good. Any disclosures of interest? I'll just look around the room and online as well. If you have anything to declare, please let me know. Perfect. And we just need to confirm the minutes of the previous meeting. Do I have a mover? Councillor Wright, Councillor Eaton seconded. All those in favour? Unanimous, thank you. Seeing as we've only got 2 items, I think we will not move anything by exception, and we will skip past 1.7 on that basis. And we'll go straight to 2.1, which is an update on the Capital Works program as we head to the end of financial year. Please, Mr. Director.
End of April, we're tracking at about $184 million for a phased budget of $206 million. So slightly behind. It's expected to pick that up in the following couple of months. That's of a $288 million budget. Good news is, and I think most of the councillors are aware, Stein Road been let, supposed to commence on the 15th of June. Other projects underway. The Buttonbury Cell 4.5 has commenced. Avoca Drive, we've got our muscle crews out there for the shared path, and we had a sort of turning for that recently. And also Mannering Park and Tugwell shared paths are commencing. See how we progress with wet weather, but it's indicating that we're going to
I guess I'll just note and kind of just say that in terms of our expenditure being at 184,000 at the forecasted 205, that is on our target. Is that correct?
Yeah, look, we have a KPI to be 90% or better, which is essentially where we're at.
Perfect. Councillor Castles, a question?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of questions about the capital works update. I note around the Ocean Beach Road matter. Can I be given some info? I mean, it's obviously a great thing and it's excellent it's happening, but could I also just find out what the structure that's being demolished or proposed to be demolished is? I think it's 46 to 48 Ocean Beach Road. Is this sort of a house? Is it, I don't know what it is. So I'm just inquiring as to what that might be. Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair.
Through you, Madam Chair, to Councillor Castles. I don't know if you recall on the corner there of Ocean Beach Road and Rawson Road, there was the old paint store that was acquired by council a couple of years ago. That is going to be demolished, and the internal demolition has commenced. I think that we're close to completion. The remainder is going to be demolished. We've got a contractor to essentially take that building down and use it as a compound for the construction of that major intersection. So certainly been part of the strategy works, and we had to acquire that because we were going to be taking a significant portion of that land. So that's how we concluded to acquire that, and once completed, that'll go back on the market.
Thank you for that. And just another one regarding the regional animal care facility. So I note that there was mention of a construction contract decision coming to council at some point. Can we be given any more sort of indication of when that point is? I guess we're all a bit concerned about. I understand this is a highly complex project. I'm, well aware that it's not an easy task here. But I would like to have some idea of that, and I guess whether this is appropriate here, Madam Chair, through you to the director. Are our other animal care facilities, I guess, fit for purpose to continue providing those crucial services, until this facility is actually basically, up and going and, ready to do the job that it's obviously designed to do?
I was going to say something about the Ocean Beach, but happy for you to discuss the animal care facility.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Councillor Castles. This has been, I suppose, a particular focus area for councillors that has been brought to this committee in the past. Councillor Eaton has raised the matter with me, so I'm certainly aware there was discussions around how this could potentially be fast-tracked. a previous report was provided to the Infrastructure and Assets Committee. What I committed to do was to look at opportunities to fast track components of the projects. The first one was the design component, and the second was the construction. Both of those instructions have been given to the staff to see if there's any ways that we can fast track those particular elements. The component that would come to council would be the construction phase, which would be likely in excess of the CEO's delegations of $10 million. So that'd be something that would come to council. I don't have the timetable in front of me, but it has been provided, I think, in the documentation previously.
Thank you, and thank you, Madam Chair, for the indulgence of letting the director respond to that question as well.
Thanks, Councillor Castles. Councillor Eaton.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just referring to page 18, kind of doesn't actually make a lot of sense when it says the previous construction commencement date has been adjusted to align with timing of the anticipated council meeting. They were considered construction contract. I mean, that doesn't help in terms of the date.
I can certainly provide that separately also to yourself and anyone who's interested.
And it also says that
date.
The design tender has closed on the 4th of May. Given that's nearly a month away, I assume we're well on the track to actually letting that on.
We should be. Yes. It hasn't come to me yet, Councillor Eaton.
Well, I'm sure, Mr. Director, you will chase that up.
Yes.
Given you know there's a lot of councillors interested in this facility. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Did you have any questions on Stone Road?
Yeah, I did.
Councillor.
When I originally read the report here, it mentions, stage 2 tender assessment complete and tender awarded in May 2026. You've then clarified my question already by saying that the construction is starting, because I know a few people sent me a copy of the letter they received from the contractor saying it would start in the first week of June. So that's quite pleasing. It then says in the letter that's been provided to residents that construction will run until 2027. Will that be a continuous construction lasting that long, or is it sort of staged within the stage, if you will?
Through you, Madam Chair, Councillor Wright, there'll be a separate procurement for the next stage.
Sorry, to clarify, so stage 2 of work, stage 2 is a particular body of work.
Yes.
Will that particular body of work take 12 months to complete, or will it be on and off? It seems like it'd be quite a big piece of work.
My understanding is that it's continuous for the 12 months.
Okay.
Any further questions or comments on any of our capital works? If not, I will move the staff recommendation. Seconded by Councillor Eaton. All those in favour? Unanimous, thank you. And now on to item 2.2, which is about the projects under Transport for New South Wales. And just a bit of background as to why we've included this item. I think it's really important for councillors and the community to be aware of the projects that are existing within our local region. And I think sometimes the community can be a little bit confused as to which level of government is fulfilling different roads within our area. Sometimes other levels of government do give council money to fulfill a particular project, but other times council fulfills our own, which councillors are well aware of, and other times state and federal each complete their own projects. So this item is specifically about the roads that Transport for New South Wales is working on, just to give a bit of an idea for councillors and the community as to what is happening around our area. And the director will provide a little bit more background as well.
I thought it was an excellent initiative, Madam Chair. I really did. It was, it's good to see.
Lovely.
So, because then we can also ask a few questions through you, back to the state.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just by way of background, just so there is some awareness, the CEO and myself, do meet with Transport for New South Wales on a quarterly basis to go through these projects and to get a bit of an update. I concur with Madam Chair's commentary around, there's probably somewhat confusion. What's a state road managed by Transport for New South Wales, and then there's regional roads that we do get some funding from the state. However, they're council roads, and then there's also local roads that we have put out in our 10-year road renewal plan that the councillors are fully aware of. And I suppose when we do community satisfaction surveys, it's people don't distinguish between if it's a state road or a council road, and sometimes it's council just gets scored appropriately in relation to how they feel about the network as an entirety, not a split network that is state and council owned. Mentioned that Ms Williams put this a lot of work to identify those projects. We did at one stage want to put these projects in our 10-year road renewal map, but because of, I suppose, limiting capability, we could only have a number of icons, so we couldn't actually add that. But that was something that we have included in the past to get that holistic sort of view.
That's all right.
I was going to say, perhaps if we're ready for questions, through you, Madam Chair, to the Director, I would actually think it's probably not the best idea for us to have these projects in the 10-year road renewal plan, only because of that comment about us being, victimised appropriately, as you put it, for these, because people will come to us and say, well, it's on your 10-year road renewal map. If these projects are delayed at all, then we have to sort of wear that, which I think is frustrating for us. And, I think councils would see that every day in their day-to-day work when, particular roads might be getting upgraded by the state government. They come to us and say, why isn't council doing it? We say it's actually not our body of work. One of those being, you noted Ms Williams made the report. Perhaps yourself or her could, if possible, provide a bit more colour around the Empire Bay Drive and Wards Hill Road, Empire Bay intersection upgrade. I appreciate that's a combination of federal government funding, I believe, for a state government project, but just interested to hear any more colour, if you have it, around council providing initial feedback on the concept design. I imagine that's for the proposed roundabout, and if you had any sort of insights into what that feedback is around, and any thoughts or findings around flood modelling and adjacent land use.
I might refer to Ms Williams in relation to some of those comments. Do know a little bit, however, I'll defer to Ms Williams.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Our initial feedback was very high level, as what they provided was very high level, and we just encouraged the state to know that flooding occurs at the intersection, and for any improvements they should underdo flood modelling first.
Did you have any feedback around the appropriateness of a roundabout there?
I believe we just said if they supported the roundabout, we could, but we always encourage them to look at signals as well.
Okay. So does that mean council's position would be to have a roundabout in conjunction with signals? Like what's at Erina Fair there? Like what?
No, instead.
Oh, instead. to actually,
It could be instead of, and of course ours is high level and transport will make a decision based on their findings, but I don't believe they're progressed enough to determine that.
yeah, fair. Okay, thank you.
Councillor Eaton.
Couple of comments and questions, I suppose, come through you. So Gosford Bypass, got no problem with the project except the name. Everyone thinks that's designed to get around the road to Erina, not north-south. So whether it could be called Pacific Highway Gosford Bypass or something like that.
Yeah, I can take that on notice with our discussions, because that,
I mean, when I first heard about it, I thought it was that.
yeah, through your chair, I had different connotations as well. So, cool. Yep.
And the other one, which is not on here, but is Central Coast Highway at Doyleson. So they're doing the scenic drive, which is Central Coast Highway, through the parts of Butchie, but the biggest problem is the traffic lights. The need to have some more lanes, particularly on the eastern side. So you get huge traffic jams there, and it's simply a matter of putting some extra lanes in, which I would have thought was relatively cheap in the course of things for traffic in New South Wales. And I suppose and that's on. The other thing is, have you seen and can you send them if you haven't? UDIA did a list of the big traffic issues to the north, and say it's actually all self-funded by the SIC. So that went through the Environment Planning Committee.
That was quite recent, just before the key enabling.
Yes, only before last, mate.
Correct, yeah.
So we could make sure that that actually gets to Transport for New South Wales. That's it for me, thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Councillor Eaton. Councillor Castles.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm speaking on the Tumby Road, Central Coast Highway sort of big project that's going on there at the moment. Now, I did sort of make a big effort and actually click on the link that sent you to more details about the project as well. That could have been, 5 hours of my life that I'm not going to get back again. But anyway, but it was quite interesting. But the question that I've actually got, and I'm not really sure if this is something that can be answered tonight through you to the director, is that I cannot for the life of me work out if there's going to be some sort of improvement in terms of the entry and the exit from Wombrel Cemetery. If you, at the moment, and it's never been good, but obviously with these construction works, one understands there's going to be, some disruption while that happens. At the moment, should you wish to go in to Wombrel Cemetery from sort of coming from the entrance, then it's not too bad. However, coming out of there, you can only turn left, which again, perfectly fair enough. Honestly, you're taking your life in your own hands. As I said to Councillor Walsh, I think today, honestly, it's surprising more people aren't straight back in that cemetery. In a very unfortunate position under the ground, because it is appalling trying to get out of there in terms of the traffic whizzing up that road, very poor visibility, etc. Is there any insights into whether there's going to be some improvement in the egress and sort of exit sort of areas, etc., coming in and out of Wombrel Cemetery? Does anybody know, is my question.
I'll have to take it on note.
Through you, Madam Chair, Councillor Castles, I'll have to take that on notice, and potentially consult with Transport for New South Wales, but can provide some commentary out of session.
I would think this is just an off-the-cuff comment. Now it's a roundabout, but because it's going to traffic signalling,
Yeah,
I would think that when it was a red for the traffic going towards and away from the entrance, but a green from those coming from Tumby, when that goes red and green, there would be a period of time before those cars turn that somebody could then turn out of the cemetery. But
That's what I'm hoping, Madam Chair. But I'm looking forward to hearing if that's the plan. If you know what I'm saying.
Of course, yes.
Thank you.
We can get some more information on that. I also just had an interim comment on the same area, the Wongeroo intersection, appreciating that the works are ongoing. Currently, the road has been partially resurfaced and is still a roundabout, and there is still the left turn and the straight, and coming from Tussie, there is now 2 right-hand turns, but the lane markings around the roundabout is very unclear because it has a bit of a hodgepodge between the old and the new. Maybe in the interim we could just communicate to Transport that there might be a need to just make that more clear until the works are finished, to avoid any potential accidents while turning in that intersection there.
We can ask them.
I think just it is a bit unclear, the lane markings. If you're in the right lane turning from Tumby, you're kind of directed into the left lane as you're turning around the roundabout. That is my commentary on that particular area. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments? If not, I will move the staff recommendation. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Eaton, thank you. All those in favour? That is unanimous. Thank you. And I note that our next meeting will be at 5 p.m. again on Tuesday, 11th of August here at the Wyong building. And I now declare the meeting closed at 5:27. Thank you.